You think you treat yourself after payday? Wait till you see how footballers blow millions like it's pocket change. From tiger cubs to private jets. Welcome to the wild world of footballer indulgence. Let's dive into the outrageous, glamorous, and sometimes downright ridiculous ways footballers spoil themselves. Because why settle for normal when you can live like a king? Mansions that look like resorts. When you're earning hundreds of thousands a week, a regular house just won't cut it. That's why footballers build castles. Cristiano Ronaldo's $11 million mansion in Madrid. A modern masterpiece with 7 bedrooms, 8 bathrooms, a state-of-the-art gym, indoor and outdoor pools, and even a trophy room because, well, he needs it. And then there's Messi. The GOAT resides in a spaceship-shaped eco-mansion on the outskirts of Barcelona. Solar panels, a miniature football pitch, and a design that quite literally looks like a football. If that's not dedication, what is? Neymar? He went one better. His Brazilian luxury abode boasts a helipad, a private nightclub, and a lake of its own. Because why walk on Earth when you can fly in and boat out? Some of them even have basement garages that resemble car museums, private cinemas with leather reclining chairs, and spas superior to most 5-star hotels. These aren't houses. They're luxury resorts masquerading as somewhere to sleep. And if their mansions leave you speechless, wait and see what shows up in their driveways. Footballers do not purchase vehicles. They gather car art. Car collections that'll leave Jay Leno green with envy. Footballers use supercars the same way most of us use sneakers. One is never sufficient. Cristiano Ronaldo's garage is basically a luxury car showroom. He has a Bugatti Chiron, which costs more than $3 million, and that is just one of his 20-plus cars, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Style and pace. His stable is a gold-lacquered Lamborghini Aventador, a Ferrari 488 GTB, and a Range Rover. Also gold, because subtlety is such an overused word, and Paul Pogba is not slow on it either. A Rolls-Royce Wraith to a Maserati Quattroporte. His collection is as lavish as his haircuts. And don't forget Karim Benzema, who spent a cool $2.5 million on a Bugatti Veyron Pure Sang, one of only 5 in existence. Some players go wild with their car wraps, camouflage, chrome, neon, and even diamond dust. It's not about horsepower. It's about turning heads wherever they go. And sure, it's not so much where they stay or what car they drive. Footballers parade around like Fashion Week. Their wardrobes, spilling over with designer tags and watches more valuable than your house. Designer fits and watch collections. Move over, red carpet regulars. Footballers have taken over fashion officially. Whether they're disembarking a private jet or strutting to a match, they walk the sidewalk like a runway. From Louis Vuitton duffel bags to Dior tracksuits, these players don't just play with style, they dress to thrill. Just look at Memphis Depay, for instance. Described by most as having a brash street sense of style, Memphis doesn't do subtle. He's sporting everything from diamond-encrusted frames to fur-lined coats, and he wore a $300,000 iced-out timepiece once while warming the bench. Cristiano Ronaldo is just another fashion animal. His Rolex and Frank Muller watch collection is legendary. One of his most publicized pieces? A $1.5 million Frank Muller tourbillon, studded with diamonds. Everyday wrist bling, anyone. Then there's Paul Pogba, who adores combining high style with hip-hop swag. He's been seen in bespoke Louis Vuitton jackets, Balmain sneakers, and an ever-rotating collection of chains that a rapper would envy. And it's not just the A-listers. The likes of Jesse Lingard, Neymar, and Serge Gnabry have established their own style paths, collaborating with brands such as Balenciaga, Prada, and Off-White. Football is no longer just about scoring goals. It's about glow-up culture, private jets, and yachts. If first class isn't first class for you, you have your own aircraft. And footballers, they take style flying to perilous heights of extravagance. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't charter, he owns. His bespoke Gulfstream G200 was priced at approximately $25 million, and it's effectively a 5-star hotel in the air. Leather interior for 10 people, Wi-Fi, full kitchen, and bespoke CR7 branding. For someone who metaphorically lives above the clouds, now he does so literally as well. Now talking about football royalty, Lionel Messi isn't left behind either. His $15 million Embraer Legacy 650 features his family members' names etched on the steps, and even his jersey number 10 on the tail. Subtle? Never. It's Messi, but make it fly. And when they're not flying, they're cruising. Neymar's luxury yacht has been the site of some of the most outrageous off-season bashes. We're talking DJs, inflatable slides, jet skis and champagne to fill a swimming pool. The guy doesn't need a beach. He takes his own. Paul Pogba knows how to let loose too. His private yacht parties in Miami are insta-famous, complete with designer decks, exotic fruit platters, and friends wearing outfits like they're heading into a Drake video. Price tag for all of this? Between $5 million to $30 million, depending on upgrades. But the atmosphere, priceless. Of course, when you've got it all, why not adopt something? Exotic pets, first Neymar. Not content with dogs or cats, he reportedly owns capuchin monkeys. Cute? Sure. Legal? Depends who you ask. But if Tarzan was a footballer, this would be his team. Monkeys are inquisitive, intelligent, and reported to form close bonds with their owners. Just the ticket for Neymar's whirlwind lifestyle. And then there's Karim Benzema, who said, "Lion is king," and meant it literally. Benzema once posed on Instagram with a full-grown lion. Yes, a lion. Lounging next to him like it's just another guy. It wasn't photoshopped. Fans went crazy, and animal rights activists most likely. Benzema is said by Marca to have a weak spot for wild animals and treats them like royalty. But wait, Mario Balotelli arrives. And this guy never ceases to amaze. The prankster once bought a pig and named it Super. Of course he did. And don't forget his pet turtle, which he was once seen taking for a walk. On a leash. Nothing shouts, "Footballer with too much cash," like walking a turtle in designer flip-flops. Even Memphis Depay got on the crazy bandwagon. He's been spotted posing with a cheetah, just lying casually draped over his shoulders like a fashion accessory. Because when your closet already contains Gucci and Louis, a jungle cat is the next best thing. Why exotic pets? Because when your life is already preposterously luxurious, your pet has to keep up the vibe. Of course, when the final whistle is blown, it's time to unwind. And footballers don't just sleep on the beach. They go all Hollywood with their holiday choices. Ridiculous vacation rituals. After a grueling season of running around non-stop, footballers don't simply take a break. They disappear into heaven. When everyone else searches for bargain flights, footballers hire out whole islands for their holidays. Let's begin with the Maldives, a high-end hotbed where monikers such as Paul Pogba, Jadon Sancho, and Mohamed Salah have all spent off-seasons. Pogba's stay at Cheval Blanc Randheli Resort cost more than $50,000 per night, reportedly. And that is including private chefs, ocean view infinity pools, personal butlers, and speedboat transfers. Because, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. All he is in Mykonos, where he has been seen eating at private beach clubs and booking posh ocean view villas for rent. Whenever CR7 takes time out to unwind, it resembles the shooting set of a James Bond movie. And then there's Neymar, who doesn't simply take a holiday. He hosts legendary beach parties in Ibiza, complete with models, teammates, and celebrities arriving by private jets. His parties have featured fireworks, floating champagne bars, and DJs playing until dawn. And if you're thinking that it's just a solo affair, think twice. Messi has rented out a whole hotel in Ibiza to his friends and family at some point. The guy went total private island mode, because clearly room service is not elite enough. Some players even employ professional photographers and content creators just to chronicle their vacations. Because if you didn't flex it on Instagram, did the vacation even occur? But when the holidays end and footballers are back home, the spoiling doesn't stop. Because what's the point of having it all if you're not making your inner circle feel like royalty too? Gifts for friends, family, and partners. Luxury vacations are one thing, but footballers also go all out when it comes to spoiling their inner circle. If love language were a game, these guys are scoring hat tricks. Let's chat about custom cars. When Memphis Depay wanted to surprise his girlfriend, he didn't go out and grab flowers. He got her a custom-wrapped Range Rover. Not a rental, not a test drive. A straight-up, high-end vehicle in her favorite color with her initials embroidered into the seats. Cristiano Ronaldo, however, not to be outdone, got his mom a $100,000 Porsche Boxster as a birthday present. And what about his girlfriend, Georgina? He once gave her the keys to a $700,000 Brabus G-Wagon, wrapped in satin black. Don't forget diamond watches for teammates. After a Champions League victory, Karim Benzema was said to have given personalized Rolexes to close friends and teammates, engraved, iced out, and limited edition. Talk about squad goals. And then there's Sadio Mane, a player with a different type of flex. Rather than fancy watches, he purchased a mansion and constructed a school for his parents and village in Senegal. He's invested millions not in extravagance, but in a legacy source. BBC Sport. In an era of excess, his generosity lands just as hard. Whether it's Bentleys or blessings, footballers are out here upending gift-giving, and your surprise pizza delivery just won't cut it. Now, if five-star hotels and gifts wrapped in gold seemed wild, hold on to your seats, because some footballers go spending to utterly insane levels. These next few purchases are where luxury becomes plain insanity. Most ridiculous purchases ever. Let's begin with the king of the unexpected himself, Mario Balotelli. One of his most legendary money moments? Igniting fireworks in his own bathroom. Not a typo. The man torched his Manchester mansion for thinking indoor fireworks were a trend. Damage, tens of thousands. Regret, zero. He went on to become a fireworks ambassador later. You can't make this up. And then there's Cristiano Ronaldo, who literally took the term cool under pressure to heart. He allegedly had a cryotherapy chamber fitted in his house, costing more than £50,000, simply so he could freeze himself after training and accelerate recovery. Not your typical cold shower. Come on in, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, a fellow whose car collection is akin to Batman's lair. His Lamborghini Aventador was not enough, so he wrapped it in chrome gold, then re-wrapped it in Batmobile-style matte black. Price tag? Around £250,000 prior to bespoke customization. Caped Crusader, but elitist. And what about Antoine Griezmann, the player who reportedly spent $20,000 one time to take a flight to Turkey, not for a game, not a holiday, but for a hair transplant? New hairline, first-class experience, five-star hotel accommodation, and a contingent of private surgeons. Also, he could sport that classic, stylish French fade. And let's not forget David Beckham, who once sported diamond-encrusted headphones and a gold iPhone, specifically made for travel. You know, because AirPods are just too plain when you have a net worth in the hundreds of millions. These buys may seem absurd to us, but to top footballers, they're Tuesday-level expenditure. Because when your weekly salary can purchase a small nation, why not splurge on cryo chambers and Batmobiles? But let's reverse the script for a second. Because while it's simple enough to point fingers at the flash and the flex, not every footballer out here is investing in supercars and gold toilets. Some of them, they spoil the world instead. Now, let me ask you a question. If you'd got that sort of crazy footballer money, how would you treat yourself? Yachts and planes, or schools and transformed lives? Let me know in the comments section below. And if you like this glimpse into football's craziest flexes, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Because more wild tales are headed your way every week. Until next time, stay ballin'. Just perhaps not in chrome gold.